You're already spending money on gas, Amazon, groceries, and subscriptions. So why not get rewarded for it? Hey guys, it's Jared, and today we're going to break down how to save additional cash if you're on a budget with something I like to call cashback stacking. This isn't a coupon clipping. This isn't cutting out coffee. This is building a system that pays you back for something that you're already spending money on today. Let's go into it. Today I'm going to show you how to turn normal life expenses into cashback opportunities without extreme budgeting, and that's going to be utilized through systems. First and foremost, I want to paint the picture that this is all a game. All the cash back, all the points that we're getting, all the percentage back, or even rewards that we are spending on our daily expenses or our monthly expenses or our weekly expenses is all part of a game. And what we're trying to do is figure out the best system to get us the most back for the money that we're already spending. So for example, if we have a weekly expense, we want to make sure that we're not just spending money, but we're getting a little bit of reward back on that expenditure. And obviously, to win this game, you're going to want to try to get as much cash back or as much points back as possible. So that way you get more money back into your pocket. And we're going to go in a little bit deeper on how we're going to do that as well. So the first thing about adopting a new concept is changing our mindsets. And we want to shift to a mindset of abundance and optimization because we already have a system where we're spending money on subscriptions, we're spending money on gas, and this could be daily, weekly, or monthly. And these are recurrent subscriptions that we might not be getting anything for. Yes, we're getting the product or service, but we can be capturing a couple more dollars or cents from those expenditures that we are making. So we want to shift and think of how can I optimize this transaction, or how can I become more abundant in this transaction so I could gain more or reap more benefits and get more wealth there. And we're going to try to capture those savings and either invest it or use it to another purchase that we're going to use in the future. And that's the whole point here. So are we going to be earning on the expenses that we currently have? To start us off, we're going to think about credit cards. I know we talk about credit cards pretty often on this channel, but I do want to emphasize the level of optimization that we can get with credit cards, because a credit card can give you anywhere between 1 to 5 to 10% back on whatever you're already spending on. So I want us to think about that and optimize our spending and our credit card selection based off what our categorization of expenses that we have the most in. So a common one I use a lot is going to be Amex Gold. Amex Gold is one of those unique credit cards that, yes, it is a premium credit card that you do have to pay for, but it's one of the only ones that does give you 4x cash back on your dining or grocery spending. So I want us to think about this. If we spend about $100 every single month on, let's call it groceries. If we spend $100 on groceries every single month, we are putting an extra 400 points into our Amex portal. And maybe those points aren't as accessible or mean as much to us right now, but those 400 points, once they start adding up over cumulative of a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, we can gather all those points and end up cashing those out for a relatively higher gift card at the end of the year or for a gift. And I just want to preface that 100 points is about $1 cash back, and we can always go into the portal and request that point redemption in terms of cash or gift cards. Or we can always use it towards travel, which technically gives you a little bit more better value. But if you wanted that cash back, you can take that back home immediately. So again, just for pictures, this $100 that we do spend on groceries per month, and if we have a 4x card like the Amex Gold that gives us 4x back, we are netting 400 points per month or $4 every single time we go shopping, right? And that is just a quick example of how fast cash and points can accumulate over the lifetime of a credit card. And if we want to go over a specific example, if you had $600 in grocery spend, $200 in gas, and $1,000 in everything else to spend about $1,800 per month, and let's say we had a specific credit card or credit cards that maximize our category spend. So let's say it gave us 3 to 5% on groceries, 3% on gas, and 2% on everything else as a catch-all card. What we'd be looking at is about $50 to $60 per month back in our pocket, because we are spending $1,800 and we're going to get all that cash back from our credit cards in the terms of points, or in the terms, if you take those points and then turn them into cash, then that would be netting about $600 to $700 a year, just cash back on things that we're already spending on. So it is a good thing to utilize credit cards because you're not only building credit, but you're also able to optimize that cash back and accumulate all those points based off the optimization of what you're currently spending on. All right, level 2 after credit cards is portal stacking. Now, before we make any purchases on the web, specifically on the web, we want to look at specific cashback portals. And these portals could look like Rakuten, Capital One Shopping, there's Be Frugal. And the reason why we want to check these is because these websites have partnerships with those online retailers and can give us anywhere between 2 to 15% back. I've also seen it reach up to 20%. It's very rare, but it is a possibility. But that's an extra 2 to 10%, let's call it on average, back into our pocket on top of the cash back that we are already getting on our credit card. Let's take a look at an example for a $500 purchase that we're making. And say we have the perfect credit card that's giving us 5% back on that exact purchase. And if we have that 5% cash back and we look on Rakuten or we look on Capital One Shopping or we have an Amex offer that's also offering 2% cash back, that is 2% cash back plus the 5% cash back, which is ultimately 7% cash back after the purchase of a $500 purchase. Now that's 7% of that 500 that's going directly back to us, which is going to be about $35 right back into our pockets. Now that's savings right there. I would always recommend to look at your bank and specifically on your credit card offers. I know Chase has some, I know Capital One has them, Amex has them. So I would highly encourage you guys to look at that before you make any large purchases, because sometimes they'll have a really good deal that you're going to buy anyway, but it's good to have that extra oomph in there to get a little bit more cash back there. I really use this during the holiday season or birthday. If a holiday season is coming up, I do recommend always looking at that bank offer sheet on those credit cards just so that you can capitalize on the amount of money that you do get back into your pocket from that purchase. I recently made an expense for booking an Airbnb. I had the Amex Gold card, and sometimes the Amex does have a lot more offers just randomly for travel or food or dining services and things like that. And then it was, if you spend $300 or more on Airbnb, you do get 3,000 points back. That's a significant amount because you would never get 3,000 points is equivalent to $30 back. And if you only spend $300 and you get $30 back, that's effectively just about a 10% back on booking an Airbnb. So I did recently do this as well, and still extra money back in your pocket. And lastly, not to mention that some of those websites that I did mention, like Rakuten and Be Frugal on Capital One Shopping, they do have Chrome extensions built into your Chrome search bar. So that way, if you did want to shop online really quickly and just see if there's a quick offer, you can always click those as well. I'll put some links down below so that way you can get those access quickly. And again, if you have credit cards that come with perks or services, be sure to activate those so that way you're saving real-time money on things that you're already using. And this could be anywhere from Uber credit, free DoorDash, Grubhub, anything like that. If you're already using those services, just make sure that if you have a credit card that offers a free membership or offers discounted pricing, make sure that we always activate that, because real-time offers are real-time expenses. So just make sure we're taking advantage of everything that we are signing up for, because we are a member of that card if we do have that credit card on our plan. So just make sure that we're taking care of those and that we're capitalizing as much benefit and from the services as much as possible. Now, again, just a reminder that this is for getting the cash back into our pockets, not necessarily to activate things to spend additional money. So we want to find the best system that fits our current lifestyle without spending money, more additional money, but adding additional value back into our pockets from what our current lifestyle already offers. So just a reminder, what we went over is one, that mindset shift is to learn and be curious about how we can optimize our current lifestyle expenses. Number two, identifying the categories that we spend most in and optimizing those based off credit cards that we currently have. Number three is portal stacking. If we do a lot of retail shopping, we want to stack those portal offers that we do have from our banks or third-party service providers, so that way we can get more cash back. And number four, activate any of those credit card benefits that we do have to make sure that it does fit our lifestyle. So if we are having something that we're spending on, we are getting additional benefit like a free membership or free credit that we do have with the credit card if it is there. If you're on a budget or looking to save additional money, I really hope that this video helped put additional cash into your wallet and that you learned something new. I'd love to hear if this video helped you guys in any way, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Thank you.